Rolling along here from SEC Media Days, and it is Auburn Day here, and pleasure now to be catching up with Derick Hall of the Auburn Tigers, the pride of Gulfport, Mississippi. My uncle used to have a condo down in Gulfport. Not bad growing up so close to the beach, right?
Oh no, I love it. I love it. It's the lifestyle down there is completely different. Just coming to Auburn and not being able to have the access to the beach and just going and doing just from a big city like Gulfport to a small college town like Auburn. I would say the transition was tough, but it was different. So, but being from there, I mean, I love my city, I love my town, and the people love me. So.
Katrina wiped out some of my favorite spots. I know you're a little young, but Fun
Yeah.
Time USA was the spot. They had bumper boats,
Mm-hmm.
and then Wet Willie's water slide was next door. Used to go to that, but Katrina wiped them both out. So, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay.
I was 4.5, almost 5 when Katrina hit.
So you missed the best parts of Gulfport. They got wiped out.
Yeah.
Coming into your fourth year at Auburn, man, your money year. How much do you feel like you elevated your game last season?
I feel like I did pretty well. Just I took that next step last year in my development as far as technique and physicality and endurance. So now this year is basically focusing on the small things, like the small details to help, turning a missed tackle to a tackle or half a tackle to a full tackle or a pressure to a sack, whether that be hips here, a toe turn here, run reach here. So it's just a small thing that I have to hold in on and take my game to the next level.
Yeah, monster season last year with the 9 sacks, 3 in the Iron Bowl alone. I had Colby Wooden on the show just last week, and he said he'd never cried after a football game, but he said he did after that one. And that's just one of those. It's going to stick with you. You're gonna get over. You're gonna play other games, but it's just one of those that'll kind of always stick in your mind, right?
Oh yeah, yes sir. After that one, I played almost every single snap. And then after that, 4 overtimes, putting all that effort, that hard work, and that exhaustion into that game just to lose it. And I wouldn't say just to lose it, but to put all that in and lose that game, it hurts. And I mean, Dana thought I broke my, like they get everybody custom helmets after a while. So Dana said he thought I split my helmet open because that's how hard I hit. And I just, I just took a knee on the field and I just cried. I mean, that is a hard game to lose, especially when you put all that time and effort. You go into 4 overtimes and you playing in the Iron Bowl. I mean, it was tough.
Yeah, it's a cliche, but like literally leaving it all out on the field, you can't.
Oh yeah,
couldn't have done much more.
Yes, sir.
I've heard a lot of good things about your new DC Coach Schmedding so far. What do you like about Coach Schmed?
I love Coach Schmed. Just how detailed he is. He loves football, and a lot of us be like, "What's up, Coach?" And the first thing you say, "Hey, so what about this?" And it's kind of different because all he talks about is football. But when from the aspect of the game, I mean, what more could you want? Because he's so focused on helping us win and help us move in that right direction. I mean, he just couldn't ask you better.
Coach Harson's always going to be involved in the offense some way, but Coach Keesaw taking over. You're seeing more wrinkles and more elements of the offense?
I've seen different schemes as far as the offense, like different route combinations and things like that, but I really don't know all the ins and outs. I'm just going off what they did last year against us in spring and fall and practicing, and then what they did in the spring to us this year. So there are definitely a few changes, but there isn't anything crazy special that I haven't picked up on. And if there is, I'm really not going to say anyway. I'm going to keep it.
Yeah. Got to keep company
confidential.
Secrets. Yeah. There was a lot of noise this offseason. Both coordinators leaving, some guys hit the transfer portal, some disparaging stories about Coach Harson. But it seems like a lot of that noise is settled now. Now it's just about football. I know Colby said this a few weeks ago, but he said, look, I love Coach Harson. Why do you love Coach Harson?
I love everything about the man. The character piece, just the man that he is. The work that he puts in, the way that he carries himself in this program. He moving us everybody in the right direction. He puts in a lot of work, whether that's on the field or off the field. I mean, he runs decks with us. He lifts with us. I mean, he does every run that we do, he's doing it with us. And, I mean, you can't ask for much more than a coach that's actually doing the work that you're doing. And, he's asking you to do something that he isn't doing. And, I mean, you can't respect that much more. So, I mean, I love Coach Harsin. He does a great job, and I couldn't ask for a better head coach.
I think Colby said he loves him because he cares so much.
He does, yes. He cares a lot about this team, and that's what I mean. I mean, his overall thought process, like even after the adversity that we went through, he came back day one ready to work. Like, hey guys, like, he addressed the situation, all the adversity that we faced, and then after that, it's like, hey guys, okay, we got to get to work. I mean, he cares about this program near and dear. I mean, he don't want to be anywhere else. He said only time he leaves is if he gets fired or if he retires. He don't plan on leaving Auburn. So, I mean, Coach Harsin loves this program, and he's the man.
What'd you see out of the quarterbacks? I know Zach was a little banged up with the shoulder injury and all that, but TJ was out there. What'd you see from the quarterbacks in the spring?
Right. The quarterbacks look really good. I mean, TJ is a well-oiled machine right now. Zach is back. He's throwing in PRPs. He's moving around. So I mean, it's going to be a great competition come camp. Those guys are getting after it. They're battling, but they're also supporting each other. You know what I mean? It's not just like a hate, like, oh, I want you to do bad for me to do well. No,
Right.
I mean they're supporting each other, but they're battling. They know what's at stake right now, and that's a starting quarterback job. So they're battling day in and day out, and you know whoever Coach Harson, Coach Keesaw see fit to take that position, then I feel like we're in good hands.
And no rush to name a starter.
Right.
Let the best man win and
Right.
take it down to the wire if you have to.
Right.
A little bit on you. I saw in high school you played basketball, you ran track. Were you always
Yes.
just one of those do-it-all athletes?
Yes, I was. Ever since I started football, I did basketball, and track came along in middle school, and I've been doing. I did every three up until my senior year, and then I stopped playing those and focused on football, and it's carried me this far.
And that speed helps coming off
Oh,
the
yeah.
edge, right?
Yes, sir, it does.
I also saw you were in the French club. Parlez-vous français?
Yes, je m'appelle, je m'appelle Derek. Yes, bonjour.
I was just in Paris, and that made me like I had to go research all my
Yes.
old French to rehash.
Yeah, it's hard. Like
You said yes, though. You have to say oui. That's the
but like it's not French isn't my go-to. Like I can have a simple conversation, but I would have to sit there and think like,
right.
what is he saying? And then okay, give me 15 seconds to respond to you in French. But
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't that bad.
I was better reading it.
Yeah,
Speaking
that's
it
how
and
I
having
am.
conversations. I could read it.
Yeah.
You were in the construction club too. I saw. What is the
Yes.
construction club?
Yes. So construction. So at GoPort, we have it like culinary construction, automotive. It's just teaching you a trade, just in case
Oh,
you really
that's
don't
cool.
want to go into college. And every kid has to do it. It's a university requirement. And we got into it, and I built the tiny house. And after that, I mean, I've been making serious money since. Like,
Wow.
I go home every summer and I work for this lawyer. She went to Ole Miss. But,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
whatever.
Well.
But yeah, I mean, she pays me really well. And I went home and I built a tiny house for her, like a butterfly house, and I put it up by myself, laid the concrete. I mean, I did
Wow.
everything myself. So the things that you learn like that, I mean, some people take it for granted, but it's very beneficial when you really think of it and you get down to digging into it and you start using it for compensation.
What I like about that is there's no special treatment there. If she went to Ole Miss and she's paying you, it's really about the work you do.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. She's definitely about the work that you do. She isn't. She's because the way I met her was I was looking for work, and she messed with my mom. And the first day I worked for her, she went down and like she sat me down. She like, okay, so what are you doing? What are you in college for? Like, you play football, okay? Are you gonna graduate? Like all this, because I'm not gonna let you work for me if you're not gonna be successful. And that was her biggest thing, because I mean, she's very successful. She was a city judge in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi for the longest. And shout out to Missy Lee's Dino.
You're a big guy though. I can't imagine you living in a tiny house.
No, I definitely wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't. It's not my forte. But you know what I mean? I mean, to each his own. And tiny houses do look nice though. I mean,
Yeah.
they look really nice. But she stored butterflies in it, so she have a little cocoons and all that stuff in there.
That's really cool. I heard you're a big hunter and a fisherman. So when you're not on the football field, is that what you're doing?
Fishing, yes. I'm just getting into freshwater fishing. So I've been in Auburn 4 years, never freshwater. I'm a saltwater guy.
Okay.
But too much, I really can't hunt. Because of nature of the beast. I mean, I'm way in Auburn, hunt land, and that's Mississippi. I really don't have the opportunity to go home and go hunt like that, especially because hunt season during football. So
yeah,
I don't have the opportunity. But most of the time, if I'm not on the football field, I spend most of the time on my truck. I love trucks.
Wow.
So I spend a lot of time working on my truck and doing little stuff here and there.
Oh, so you soup it up a little bit?
Oh, yeah, it's big. It's big. You can ask Tank or Shank talk to you. Just ask them about it.
That's cool. What's the biggest fish you caught?
Oh, man, I caught a 32-inch redfish.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was a pretty big
fish.
Yeah,
you gotta eat it.
He's been gone.
Derick Hall, thanks so much for the time. I really appreciate it. Best of luck to you, and go get it, huh?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right, we'll have more after this.